Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a drill. A shocking scandal has just rocked the world of NASCAR. And at the center of it all, one of the sport's biggest stars, Tyler Reddick. Accusations of cheating, whispers of manipulation, and now a full-blown controversy that could change the entire championship picture. But here's the real question. Did Tyler Reddick cross the line? Or is something much bigger going on behind the scenes? Let's break it down. Over the past 24 hours, the NASCAR world has been thrown into chaos after reports surfaced suggesting that Tyler Reddick and his team may have used questionable tactics during a recent race weekend. We're talking about potential rule-bending, gray area engineering, and possibly even intentional manipulation of race conditions. Now, in a sport where milliseconds decide winners, even the slightest advantage can mean everything. And if these allegations are true, this isn't just a minor infraction. This could be a game-changing scandal. Because we're not talking about just any driver. We're talking about a championship contender. A driver representing one of the most talked-about teams in the garage, 23XI Racing. And if this situation escalates, it could impact not just one race, but the entire season. So what exactly happened behind closed doors? Was this a clever interpretation of the rules, or a deliberate attempt to cheat the system? Why are insiders suddenly going silent? And most importantly, what will NASCAR do next? Because if there's one thing we know about NASCAR, they don't take controversies lightly. Here's where things get intense. According to multiple reports circulating in the garage and online, concerns were raised about technical irregularities linked to Reddick's car setup. Some insiders claim the team may have found a loophole in NASCAR's rulebook, pushing the limits just far enough to gain an edge without immediately triggering penalties. Others? They're not buying that explanation. They believe this goes beyond a gray area and into something much more serious. Now, NASCAR officials have reportedly begun reviewing data, telemetry, and race footage, trying to determine whether any rules were actually broken. And here's where it gets dangerous. If NASCAR finds evidence of wrongdoing, the consequences could be massive. Points deductions, heavy fines, crew suspensions, or even disqualification. And yes, in extreme cases, drivers themselves can face penalties that shake their entire career. This isn't just about one race result anymore. This is about integrity, fairness, and trust in the sport. Because if one team is bending the rules, how many others are doing the same? And as you'd expect, fans are losing their minds. Social media has exploded with debate. Some fans are defending Tyler Reddick, saying, if it's within the rules, it's smart racing. Others are furious. This is cheating, plain and simple. NASCAR needs to act now. Meanwhile, other drivers have started to weigh in carefully. No one wants to say too much, but the tension is obvious. Because in NASCAR, reputation matters. And if drivers start believing that races are being won through questionable tactics, that trust, it disappears fast. Even within the garage, whispers are growing louder. Is this an isolated case or the tip of the iceberg? Now let's talk about what this could mean for the championship. If penalties are issued against Tyler Reddick, the ripple effects could be huge. Points could shift, standings could change overnight, and drivers currently chasing the title could suddenly find themselves back in the fight. For 23XI Racing, the stakes are even higher. This team has been building momentum, establishing itself as a serious contender in NASCAR's elite tier. But scandals like this, they can destroy momentum in seconds. Sponsors start asking questions. Officials start watching more closely. And competitors? They don't forget. And let's be honest, NASCAR has a history of coming down hard when rules are crossed. If they decide this was intentional, we could be looking at one of the biggest penalties of the season. Right now, all eyes are on NASCAR headquarters. Investigations are ongoing. Evidence is being reviewed, and a decision could come at any moment. Teams are waiting. Drivers are watching. Fans are refreshing their feeds every minute. Because when NASCAR speaks, it changes everything. And until then, the questions keep growing. So here we are, a rising star, a controversial situation, and a sport standing on the edge of another major scandal. Was this a brilliant strategy, or a line that should never have been crossed? And if NASCAR finds something, will Tyler Reddick walk away clean? Or will this be the moment that changes his career forever? If you want the truth as this story unfolds, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. Because the moment NASCAR makes their decision, you'll hear here first. And trust me, this story is far from over.